Stop this young man, the 22-year-old from Nice, Fabio Quartararo, for making it a hat-trick of victories for the first time in his career. Can anyone stop Yamaha's full stop, who are looking now for 4 wins on the spin? We are just moments away from the Spanish Grand Prix.
It's time to find out who will reign in Spain, MotoGP 2021. Pole for the 4th race in a row here in Jerez for Fabio Quartararo, the World Championship leader. On the front row with Franco Morbidelli and Jack Miller. Bagnaia, Nakagami and Zarco go from row 2. Marc Marquez there, the 8 times World Champion. He's back in the middle of row 5 in 14th place. Row 3, Vinales, Aleix Espargaro and Rins. Mir, Binder and Bradl, they complete row 4. A bit further back as well on row 5 with Marquez, Pol Espargaro and Enea Bastianini. Oliveira, Rossi, 17th on the grid in the middle of that 6th row ahead of his brother Marini. Petrucci, Alex Marquez, Lecuona are on row 7 with Lorenzo Savadori and Tito Rabat. Welcome back to MotoGP for the former Moto2 World Champion. He's replacing the injured Jorge Martin at Pramac Ducati.
The conditions could not be better ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix. The sun is shining, we have blue skies, there's a tiny bit of breeze just to take the heat away from you as they head off down to turn 1. A Jerez hat-trick perhaps for Fabio Quartararo, a hat-trick in general he's on at the moment after winning in Doha and Portugal.
Well, a hat-trick, it'd be the perfect time to have a football celebration. He's done Mbappe, he's done Ronaldo, who might be coming today maybe.
Who knows? We will find out, won't we, if he's able to do that. Let's pop down to pit lane quickly and get some thoughts pre-race from Pierre.
Yes, Piero. We've had the list read out to us by Stephen Matt, but can you give us an idea why riders have chosen what they have and what you expect to happen tyre-wise in the race?
Yes, the majority of the riders, they have medium front and medium rear. Only 3 riders with a soft front. So the medium rear is the best compromise in between durability and grip. So that's why everybody pick up that tire. So the grip is good, it's quite consistent. On the front, the medium one, it gives you more stability. Is for riders, they brakes very, very hard. The one they pick up the soft in the front, just it gives you more grip in maximum lean, when you're in the maximum lean. So but those are riders very, very smooth, that they don't stress a lot the front. So all solution will be good for a nice race.
Thank you, Piero.
Thank you very much to Piero Taramasso. Here we go then, coming to the end of this warm-up lap. Here's Marc Marquez, he's won here so often, the 28-year-old. Today's job, top 10. If he could do that, it would be a really, really, really good effort. Here he is on circuit, just next to a man who also knows what it takes to win a race around here in Jerez, Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, they've shared a few podiums around this famous Jerez circuit. Marquez a winner in 2014, 2018 and 2019. Unlikely he'll make it 4, coming from 14th place on the grid. The onus on this man, the pressure on this man. He's the big pre-race favourite, Fabio Quartararo, trying to increase that 15-point lead he has in the World Championship.
Not a lot to split. Quartararo and Bagnaia in the live heart rates. Will it be the same way in the race? Bastianini's got a problem. At the start of this race, the yellow flag's waving, but now he's on board. Looks like we're just about ready to go. Lights out here in Spain. Good start that from Fabio Quartararo and Morbidelli as well. Quartararo gets swallowed. It's gone wrong. Miller is going to take the lead from Pecco Bagnaia. Surely into turn 1. No, he closes the door. Morbidelli holds on.
Just the start Jack Miller wanted, then up into the lead. Morbidelli got second. Bagnaia also got through on Fabio Quartararo. So Quartararo from pole has been pushed back down to 4th spot.
Aleix Espargaro, good start from him. It's the start he needed. He's up to 5th ahead of Nakagami, and Mir is there as well. There is Maverick Vinales just ahead of Alex Rins.
Terrible start for Johan Zarco. He's gone backwards. He was really sluggish off the line. Zarco in 10th through the first sector. 4 places down already.
Franco Morbidelli looking to try and challenge Jack Miller as we head down the back straight towards turn 6 for the first time. It's Jack Miller who leads.
Great start for Aleix Espargaro, just what he wants on the factory Aprilia. Started on the middle of the 3rd row in 8th. He's already got himself up into 5th.
He's a bit busy there down into turn 6, but Marc Marquez has made up a bit of ground. He's up into 11th.
Pedrosa corner, Steve. He was having a bit of a tussle there with Marquez.
Espargaro 12th, Binder did not get off to a great start. He's 13th, Bradl 14th, Miguel Oliveira in 15th. Here is Pecco Bagnaia, number 63, just ahead of Fabio Quartararo. So far, so good for him.
Well, Franco Morbidelli and Fabio Quartararo did get the big red blur flying by them. It was in the form of Thriller Miller. Jack Miller got the whole shot. Oh, Alex Marquez's horrendous 2021 goes on and on and on. And a nightmare start for him.
Yeah, he looks pretty hurt there as well. Down into turn 13 for the first time, and for the first time in 2021, Jack Miller will lead across the line here in Spain.
Steve, again at turn 13, it's Marquez and Zarco coming very, very close to each other. Those two are really beating each other up on that first lap.
Through we go into turn 1. Miller, so far, everything looking pretty rosy. There is Aleix Espargaro further back then. This is all the drama going on with Zarco. Bradl's in there with Pol Espargaro and Marc Marquez, then he's dropped back to 14th now.
Really poor first lap from Rossi, started 17th. He's let Leccarone and Petrucci slip on through. So Rossi down in 19th place, only Savadori, Marini and Rabat behind him.
The two Suzukis then
Quartararo's
gone down.
Quartararo's just taken Bagnaia, I think, for third place at the Cito Pons corner. More early disaster for Binder here in Jerez.
Oh, twitch there from the Ducati of Pecco Bagnaia. They're side by side. They're closing up on Morbidelli as well. That was tight.
Quartararo got the inside line coming out of 5 on Bagnaia, but Bagnaia with that brute horsepower of the Ducati just blitzes on by down to the Pedrosa corner in turn 6. Quartararo with the hard work to do all over again. All that debris and the marshals walking away, you can see in turn 8. That's from the early Alex Marquez spill.
Brad Binder, just as he did in Jerez last year, has it all to do now as he rejoins the race right at the very back. Podium chances he's got.
Easily done, Steve, into turn 2, isn't it? It drops off downhill, full fuel tank at this stage of the race. It's so easy to have that front end wash out from underneath you.
Jack Miller has done everything he wanted to do at the start of this one. Here comes Fabio Quartararo up the inside of Bagnaia into turn 13. That's great, but can he hold on to it? Because now we go on to the start-finish straight and the Ducati power comes into play.
Yeah, Quartararo's done to Bagnaia what Morbidelli's not yet been able to do to Jack Miller. In fact, Morbidelli's not really been close enough. You can just see there Quartararo just hugging that inside line as much as he dared, just to make sure there was no way that Bagnaia had the chance to slip up the inside into turn 1. That was smart and savvy by Quartararo.
Rins has got through on Taka Nakagami, so the Suzukis now are in 6th and 7th. That's decent progress from the pair of them.
Yeah, Zarco's been cut adrift of this lead group of 9 men back to Viñales. There's a second between Viñales and Zarco, who after that really early interesting tussle with Marc Marquez is starting to break away. In fact, Marquez has slipped back down to 14th place.
Jack Miller showed yesterday in FP4, certainly the back end of it when he eventually got out, that he has got some speed. We don't think he had the pace to run with the Yamahas as Rins goes really deep and down into turn 6. It's another crash. It's 2 crashes on the trot for Alex Rins.
Disaster, no other word for it. Pure and utter disaster for Alex Rins in terms of his championship charge. He buckled when he was hounding and harassing Fabio Quartararo in Portimao 2 weeks ago, and he's an early faller here at turn 6.
Only on lap 3, there's 3 gone down already here in the Spanish Grand Prix. There's Aleix Espargaro, that's fine, that'll do. 5th place for now. Not bad at all. You know he comes on strong at the end of races as well. He is still well placed to fight for a podium.
Rins was committed there, he tried to save it, didn't he, but gravity just took over.
Here comes Quartararo up the inside of Franco.
And Aleix Espargaro brilliantly as well with a similar move right behind those 2 Yamahas. He takes 4th place from Pecco Bagnaia, the factory of Aprilia man on the brink of the podium early on here in the race. Brilliant by Aleix Espargaro.
Quartararo then now eyes Jack Miller for the race lead. There is Joan Mir just up ahead of Maverick Viñales, who luckily hasn't fallen backwards at least too far.
How many times we keep saying it, Rins throwing away yet another golden chance with a crash. He did it in Assen 2019, he did it in Germany 2019, he did it in Austria last year, he did it in Portimao last time out.
Around turn 5 we go. We just saw there Marc Marquez, he's still in 14th place. Quartararo though, he's closing up on the tail here of Jack Miller. Will he be even anywhere near close enough to have a look into turn 6? Not on this occasion.
Fair play to Zarco. Once he disposed of that group involving Pol Espargaro, Bradl and Marc Marquez, those trio of Hondas that were really all over him, he's been able to pull away, and he's now really hunting down Maverick Viñales. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far for Zarco, 38.189, 2 or 3 tenths quicker than your race leaders.
Joan Mir might need to find a way through on Nakagami shortly, because Fabio Quartararo is closing on Jack Miller now. Quartararo has got the corner speed through these fast right-handers coming up, and he will launch an attack on Jack Miller surely into turn 13, and if he gets out front, he could bolt.
Could be game over. Quartararo will know that, Jack Miller will know that as well.
Here
And
it comes.
Quartararo, look at the corner speed, he carried through 12. Absolutely brilliant, superb. That was all set up through turns 11 and 12 with the superior Yamaha corner speed on the brakes into 13. Easy does it. Fabio Quartararo leads.
Here comes Miller though, with the power of the Ducati, but he's not strong enough on the brakes to get through. Now, there's big questions being asked here of Franco Morbidelli. He's seen that, he's got to get by Jack Miller fast.
This could be game over very, very quickly, because when this happened here in both her Spanish Grand Prix and Andalusia Grand Prix last year, nobody saw which way Quartararo went. Already, he's been able to put, what, 7, 8, 9 bike lengths between himself and Jack Miller. More pain and no gain, unfortunately, for Alex Marquez in 2021. Faced as long as a wet Sunday, unfortunately for him. Turn 8 caught him out on the very first lap.
What happened to him then, further back? You really see the start of that, but yeah.
This field team have got major problems here, because straight away Quartararo's nearly 4/10 clear of Jack Miller, and that's only going to get bigger now. Mir's wide, well wide. More drama at turn 6 for the factory Suzuki team. Rins had already crashed there, and Mir was well wide. Speaking of Alex Rins, he's last. He's just set the fastest lap of the race, 38.114. We saw one of those aero wings snap off when he hit the deck. It's not affecting his pace, but he's not going to be on the podium.
It's frustrating to watch from the Suzuki perspective that Rins is doing that, isn't it?
Steve, it's now here, sectors 3 and 4, where the Yamaha just comes into its own. It will stretch its legs. Miller just has not got the corner speed. The Ducati's been not weak, but nowhere near as strong as the Yamaha in this 4th sector, where it's fast, high-speed corners. The edge grip and the corner speed of the Yamaha, the Ducati just cannot match it, simple as that.
No, and that's why Joan Mir here was desperate to get past Nakagami. He can see that the picture and the landscape's changing out front.
And that's not like Mir, is it, Stephen? Normally he's very patient. He picks his moments very cleverly, very smartly, but this time just pushed into that error, because you're right, you could see Quartararo moving away at the front.
A 37.7 is an outright lap record from Fabio Quartararo, and he was doing that for fun this morning and yesterday as well.
And he's doing exactly what we thought he would do and what he wanted to do. Get to the front early on, clear track, daylight ahead of you, head down, hammer down, off you go. And straight away, half a second clear of Miller.
Quartararo leads here in Spain from Miller, Morbidelli and Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia at the moment. That would be a best ever result for Aprilia in MotoGP. Bagnaia is in 5th ahead of Nakagami and Mir. Further down the order, Pol Espargaro is in 10th ahead of Bradl and Marquez. The leading KTM is Miguel Oliveira in 14th.
You wonder what's going through Jack Miller's mind right now. How is he programming his brain? Quartararo was a little bit scrappy coming out of turn 7. Got to be careful with the exceeding track limits. Jack Miller at the moment just has not got the speed and the pace of Quartararo, and he badly needs a result. How much risk will Miller take when he perhaps knows at the back of his mind there's nothing he will have for Fabio Quartararo?
Well, in the past, Jack Miller has bitten off more than he can chew, but at the back end of 2020, he was far more mature, he was wise. He took what he got. So you'd think that after the start that Miller's had to this season, he would take a podium all day long.
It's not even close, is it, right now? On that last lap, Fabio Quartararo was the only man in the 37s, and comfortably so. Everybody else was low to mid 138s. Quartararo, it's another high 137. Miller, to his credit, to his enormous credit, under the pressure that he's under, he said he's in the trenches. Well, he's digging himself out of it big time right now. He's responded with a 37.9. Gap between himself and Quartararo, 6/10.
Yeah, that was a good lap from Miller, really good lap. Here's Marquez, he's in 11th, he's moved up ahead of Stefan Bradl as he chases a top 10. Just a couple of places behind these guys. Bastianini is coming through. He's up into 13th, he's just gone through on Miguel Oliveira. There you can see in the background. Here is Pol Espargaro then in 10th.
Yeah, Rossi 17th, but that's only because the likes of Rins and Binder and Alex Marquez have dumped it in front of him. So nothing really stellar going for Valentino Rossi. He's 8/10 at the moment behind Iker Lecuona, who's had his woes and struggles on the factory KTM so far this year. Aleix Espargaro just in a little bit hot, trying to nick a bit of time back on the brakes on that Aprilia RSGP, and that's put Pecco Bagnaia back onto his case.
Miller's not got a huge issue through the first 3 sectors. It is definitely the last sector where he's losing the time, but He is trying to keep his claws stuck into Quartararo. He's not letting him quite out of his sight here. He's really pushing that front end of the Ducati as the Australian.
Yeah, he's got about a second gap to Franco Morbidelli, who in turn's about 3 or 4 tenths clear of Aleix Espargaro. Zarco is about to start attacking Maverick Vinales. He's got on him, getting by him will be a completely different ball game.
Braking hard into turn 13. Bagnaia on board with, that's Aleix Espargaro. Now, Aleix Espargaro will be bargaining that maybe the likes of Miller might fade a bit late on, and there could be a podium on offer here.
Quartararo and Miller exchange high 137s yet again. Franco Morbidelli's digging deep as well. A 37.993 is a PB lap from the Italian in 3rd place. The only 3 men in the 37s on that last lap were the top 3 men.
On board still there with Pecco Bagnaia. Just behind these guys, Taka Nakagami. Now, Nakagami in 2020 trim, midway through races, started to come into his own, so he might well feature in the latter stages of this one as well.
Yeah, and he's the leading light for Honda right now. Alex Marquez already on the floor. Marc Marquez 11th. He's right on the case of his teammate Pol Espargaro in 10th place.
Breaking into turn 6, Bagnaia trying to find a way through on the Aprilia.
There's nothing wrong with Aleix Espargaro's confidence in that Michelin front tyre. He's able to stop that RSGP on a dime at the moment. Pinpoint accuracy going into turn 6 from Aleix Espargaro. It has to be, because Bagnaia is waiting to pounce on any kind of slip-up.
Well, the gap between Quartararo and Miller at the front is still 7 tenths, but Miller is having to ride beyond himself here just to keep it at that. You wonder how much tyre he's using just to do that, as Marc Marquez here closes on his Repsol Honda teammate Pol Espargaro in the fight for 10th place.
Yeah, 10th and 11th for Repsol Honda, not what we expected to see from Pol Espargaro and Marc Marquez, and of course there are mitigating circumstances, particularly for Marquez. 9 months out of the saddle for him, just working his way back up to confidence, and confidence which was definitely erased and eroded after those 2 big spills, one of which was at turn 4 this morning. Pol Espargaro has also had a couple of crashes.
Quartararo, a 37.770, and the lead is over a second now as they head into turn 1, or just under a second, and that could be it now. Miller surely has to wave the white flag to Fabio Quartararo and run his own race. He's not catching Fabio at this rate.
Comfortably clear of Morbidelli. He doesn't have to worry about the Italian at this stage of the race. Morbidelli's almost 1.5 seconds behind him. So it's quite a lonely second right now for Jack Miller, but it would be a massive fillip for him just to get on the podium for the first time as a factory Ducati rider.
On board here with Pecco Bagnaia, he's using the speed of his Ducati to get alongside Aleix Espargaro, and that will be so frustrating for the Aprilia rider as they chuck it into turn 6, and he's really deep as well.
Nothing that Espargaro could do about that was that as long as Bagnaia gets that rear tyre hooked up coming through turn 5 and then gets the drive grip, the acceleration down the back straight, he's able to just ease on through in the brakes. Pecco Bagnaia is so good. He's the best Ducati braker, certainly the latest Ducati braker. He's taken over that mantle from Andrea Dovizioso in 2021, so he's a very, very difficult man to outbrake, is Pecco Bagnaia.
Here is Alex Rins then, just put in his personal best lap of the race again.
Yeah, you can see that right-hand wing has been sliced off of that factory Suzuki, and that will be making this motorcycle behave not as it normally would do. It'll be slightly out of kilter without the downforce being generated by that right aero addition.
Aleix Espargaro now falling into the hands of Taka Nakagami. Now there's a bit of a theme going on here with Aleix Espargaro in 2021. They've written brilliantly as the Spanish rider on the Aprilia, but there is this third distance lull where he loses a couple of places and then he comes on strong again. The same happened in Qatar and in Portugal as well. He can ill afford to get himself behind Taka Nakagami here if he wants a chance at the podium.
Zarco's got Vinales, that's for 8th place. So Zarco recovering from a very, very poor start. He was on the 2nd row in 6th. His whole shot device did not work out for him at all. He got swamped going into the first corner, but he's finally found a way through on Vinales.
I think we've had a faller, I think. Enea Bastianini has gone missing.
Yeah,
he has,
unfortunately. Well, that's brought an abrupt end to his very impressive start to his rookie season in MotoGP, turn 2. So easily done. The best have been caught out there in the past. You can see all the scrape marks and the dirt and dust on the side of that Avinci Ducati.
Bastianini was running well as well. He was 12th place. He was only 3/10 behind Marc Marquez, but unfortunately down here into turn 2, losing the front end, your classic turn 2 crash.
He has rejoined the race, as did Alex Rins, as did Brad Binder as well.
This is your fight for third place and for 5th place.
Yeah, there's trouble, big trouble looming here, Steve, for Franco Morbidelli. On this lap alone in the first 2 sectors, Bagnaia has taken nearly 3/10 out of him.
On to the start-finish straight we go. Quartararo crosses the line, a 38 flat. Miller 1.3 behind. Then it's Morbidelli, who is indeed 2/10 slower than Paco Bagnaia. If Ducati were able to come out of today with 2 riders on the podium, Davide Tardozzi would be absolutely jubilant.
It'd be a cracking result, wouldn't it? Vinales, well, he's not taking that fight with Zarco lying down, and why would he? He's found a way back through on the Frenchman.
Well, he's got the pace, Matt, we already know, to run at the front, Maverick Vinales.
Joan Mir just set yet another PB lap. I've been keeping an eye on Mir's lap times. 2 or 3 laps in a row now, he's set PB laps, a 38.421. He's really paying, though, for that mistake 4 or 5 laps ago, down the hill in the braking zone for turn 6.
It's interesting, isn't it, that Mir and Vinales have opted for that softer front tyre. How will that fare in the closing stages of this race in Jerez? This is Luca Marini at the moment, the leading rookie out on circuit.
Rossi well wide. He wasn't going to make that corner in a million years, was he? Rear grip has been the returning Achilles heel. It's a recurring theme for Valentino Rossi. You've got to feel like they're running out of ideas and potential solutions to stop the wheel spin he gets on that factory Yamaha at the moment. Rossi outside the points, and that's dropped him even further back behind Ika Lekawona, who's clinging on to 15th right now.
These 2 guys know each other incredibly well. Franco Morbidelli and Pecco Bagnaia, both former Moto2 winners, of course, and world champions, and both in the VR46 Academy. And now, as we head on to the start-finish straight, Bagnaia will get an opportunity to close up on that A-Spec Yamaha. Although, to his credit, Morbidelli is getting good drive out of turn 13.
Fastest man on the circuit right now is Jack Miller. Brilliant performance by the Australian.
Yeah,
he's just
great.
keeping that pressure on Fabio Quartararo, just trying to hope that Quartararo sees plus 1.243. It might just pressurise Quartararo into some kind of mistake. In the past, though, when Fabio Quartararo, particularly here in Jerez like he did last year, when he's in this kind of situation, he's normally bulletproof, rock solid, does not make a mistake.
On board with Bagnaia now, can he get anywhere near Morbidelli? He will, but it's now on the brakes into turn 6, and he can't quite edge close enough to the number 21. This is the battle for 3rd place, remember.
It looks like it's coming, and coming in the not too distant future in terms of 3rd place for Pecco Bagnaia. He's got a long way to go, a lot of time to find his way through and pick his moment on Franco Morbidelli.
Marc Marquez fans, he's just moved up into 10th ahead of teammate Pol Espargaro.
Yeah, 38.4, Steve, that's brilliant speed. That's only 3 or 4 tenths slower than the top 2 men in the race at the moment, which, given Marquez's mental and physical state, absolutely brilliant.
Around these fast right-handers here at Jerez, spectacular speed through turns 11 and now 12 up towards turn 13. Bagnaia not close enough. The gap at the front still 1.2. Jack Miller 1.4, sorry, through the final sector. We'll keep track on that, but for now we'll keep our eyes on this one. Bagnaia just cannot get on turns on the exit of the corner, so far Morbidelli can hold on to 3rd place.
Well, the problem that Bagnaia's got, and it's quite a big one, is that Morbidelli was brilliant, has been all weekend through that 4th sector where he can use that agility and the corner speed of the Yamaha. Nobody stronger all weekend than Morbidelli in that 4th split.
Both Vinales and Mir, or Mir and Vinales if you like, because they're 7th and 8th, the 2 riders running the soft front Michelin have just put in their personal best laps of the race. They're now down into the low 138s as we get close to halfway distance here in the Spanish Grand Prix.
Alex Espargaro is coping and contending with the threat being posed by Taki Nakagami. Brad Binder's dreadful day just gets even worse. It was turn 13 in the 2nd Jerez Grand Prix here last year where he had a spectacular high side. 2 falls then today for Brad Binder. Bastianini's entered the pits as well. Is that game over for Binder today, or is he going to get back on and try and salvage something from what's been a very, very disappointing and underwhelming race day for him.
Yeah, he's going to be gutted about that, Brad Binder. He was full of beans on Friday, really fancied his chances.
Well, let's hope that turn 13 spill he's just had was slightly more tame and sedate than the one he had there last year, because that was a monster, big high side.
Simon just mentioning, did he have 2 falls last year? I think
no, he clattered. I don't think he hit Oliveira into the first corner and then high side, didn't he? I'm not sure if he did. Maybe he did.
He went straight on, didn't he, into turn 5 in the first race,
yeah, and then in the second one he'd already hit Oliveira and then high sided out at the final corner. He's just sort of stretching his back there just to make sure that everything's all a-okay. He's on his feet, so no obvious damage, but after a big crash yesterday at turn 5, 3 crashes this weekend for Brad Binder, that's going to be marked down as a very disappointing weekend.
Bagnaio's trying to chase down the man that we're on board with, Franco Morbidelli, out front. I mean, to his enormous credit, Jack Miller is only lapping a tenth a lap slower than Quartararo, but the problem is at the moment, Quartararo is fully engaged Jorge Lorenzo mode in 2021, and he's just not putting a single foot wrong. He's not making a mistake.
And neither is this man, Franco Morbidelli. Is he about to just get tipped off? How late is Morbidelli braking on that Petronas Yamaha? Full respect to the job that Morbidelli's doing right now on that 2-year-old aging wise as RM1, and he's still able to keep Pecco Bagnaia at bay. A task he's going to face for another 11.5 laps as well.
Just in the background there, Aleix Espargaro was just a touch quicker than these two on the last lap. Came on strong in the first 3 races. Nakagami's right tucked up behind him as well. At the moment, I'm sure that Gigi Dall'Igna is pretty happy with what he's seeing, because Bagnaia looks like at some point he might have an answer to Franco Morbidelli. And of course, Jack Miller, what's happened here at the front is, has Quartararo made a mistake? He must have done. Quartararo's had a moment.
Yeah,
he's lost 0.6 of a second.
There was a big twitch there as well, mid-corner, Steve, for Morbidelli.
What's happened here?
Has that given Bagnaia the chance? I think it has.
Something's gone wrong here for Quartararo. He's 0.7 now across the line.
That's all come there. Morbidelli had a moment on the front end in the middle of that turn.
Matt, Quartararo's got a problem, sorry. He's got a problem. He's lost another 0.3 in the first sector. There's something horrendously wrong for Fabio Quartararo here.
Yeah, I mean, Miller out of nowhere just found 0.7 of a second. What's happened then to Fabio Quartararo? Morbidelli made that small mistake into turn 13. It was punished by Bagnaia, who just got the better drive. Morbidelli lost all of his exit speed, and that allowed Bagnaia to come on through.
Confusing.
Remember, it was a couple of years ago, it was a failed gear shifter, wasn't it? On the back straight here when Fabio Quartararo was going to be second behind Marc Marquez. Floods of tears for the rookie as he was cruelly denied and made a MotoGP podium.
Well, it would be cruel again if it was something mechanical, because there's
Miller's
something wrong here.
Him.
He's
Miller
absolutely all over him. This gap was 1.6 at the end of the last lap. It's now, well, Jack Miller here could be on the brink of taking the lead. It's just a matter of time. What has happened here?
Miller thinks it's Christmas Day. All of his Christmases have come at once here. How on earth has this happened? What did happen on that previous lap to Fabio Quartararo to see a comfortable 1.5 second advantage just completely evaporate?
How bizarre. And all of a sudden, on that final sector, Quartararo able to control things again. This is baffling. As they make their way onto the start-finish straight, Jack Miller here is going to challenge for the lead. As they come across the line, he is. He's going up alongside Fabio Quartararo, and he outbreaks him. And he's leading the Grand Prix.
He's got it done. Fabio fading, or is he just trying to go into some kind of... Surely he's not trying to conserve tyres. I mean,
something's wrong.
You don't just roll out of a 1.5 second lead, do you, to save tyres? It doesn't happen.
A 39.2.
Yeah, what is going on underneath Fabio Quartararo?
There'll be some nervous faces over in the Monster Energy Yamaha garage.
A major issue here, isn't there? Major issue. He's got absolutely nothing, although Miller's gone in really hot into turn number 5. Jack Miller has never won a dry MotoGP Grand Prix. Ducati haven't won here in 15 years, since 2006.
Oh, there'll be some nerves as well, though, from Jack. He's not one for Ducati, of course, either. And after everything that's happened in the last few weeks, there would be some tears. But Quartararo, I just cannot work out what's going on here. Simon, have you got any ideas as to what on earth has just happened?
Sorry, Steve, I really don't. I have no idea. All I know is I can't believe how Jack is riding. Unreal. Like, just because the Duke is not, Ducati is not famous for being strong here. The Yamaha is. How good is Jack riding it?
Couldn't agree more, Simon. And when you take into account as well the pressure that's been building on that man's shoulders.
Look at the Ducati guys. They are so nervous. Lynn Jarvis has got the sunglasses on already. This is interesting.
Yeah, Bagnaia has broken the resistance of Franco Morbidelli after passing him a couple of laps ago. Bagnaia's about half a second clear already. Now the gap between Miller and Quartararo. Quartararo against another mid-139.
Yeah, something's definitely not right with the Yamaha of Fabio Quartararo. I mean, it can't be tyres. They can't just fall off a cliff like that, surely. Well, maybe they do. I mean, who knows?
Did his pace overcook the tyres?
Yeah, has he overcooked the tyre? Who
don't
knows?
know. Oh, and he's wide there as well.
It's not the first time he's done that either.
Wow. Well, this is a bit of a humbling experience right now for Fabio Quartararo.
This was initially then the problem down into turn 6. I mean, it just looks pedestrian through turn 6 there. Pedestrian.
Yeah, there's a big shake of the head, isn't there, as he exits turn 6. He's having a look just to see where everybody else is. He knows that something's going wrong here.
Yeah, he knows that he was just a sitting duck. He's now a second behind. He's going to get, I mean, unbelievably, Ducati, who haven't won here since 2006, could be on for a 1-2.
Guys, if I had to guess, in its tyres, it's front, not rear. You know, he's having trouble on entry more than exit.
He's going to have major problems hanging on to a podium thanks to that, Simon. Fabio Quartararo has somehow got about 8.5 laps to cling on to second place. We thought he was going to be a dominant runaway leader. How quickly the picture has changed, the landscape of the championship as well, because Quartararo here potentially surrendering big championship points.
It'd be good to get an onboard with Fabio Quartararo, wouldn't it, over just half a lap or something, to see whether or not he's losing power somewhere, or if he's got the full gearbox, etc. Just to sort of tick off a few options.
Again, Steve, it was another mid-39.4. On that last lap, he was 1.1 seconds slower than Jack Miller. 1.1 seconds. Right now, Quartararo's not racing. He's that slow.
Here comes Pecco Bagnaia. He's about to make light work of this. He can't even believe how quick he is. Look, here he goes.
Fabio Quartararo is not racing at this point.
No, he's just a sitting duck. And it's a Ducati 1-2. And Morbidelli's about to come past as well. There's not going to be a podium here for Fabio Quartararo, which is cruel luck. By the way, the fastest man on circuit, Marc Marquez.
Quite incredible. Fabio Quartararo did allude to a little bit on Friday, Steve, about being caught out by quite a significant drop in tyre performance.
This isn't a drop.
No.
I mean, this is plummeting off a cliff.
This really is like freebasing, isn't it?
I mean, what a moment this is going to be for Jack Miller on the other side of the coin, because he's such a popular lad and he has been so down in the dumps, but he said he was going to dig deep. He's dug deep before, and now we see straight through for Morbidelli on his former teammate.
This is going to really hurt Fabio Quartararo. Simon.
Yeah, guys, again on entry, that's where they're getting him. You know, was it Aragon? Yeah, that they overheated the front tyre. Basically, not the rubber, but because the temperature goes up, the pressure goes up, and then they lose grip. And I think that might be the problem here.
He's not going to be in the top 10. Thanks again, Simon. The way he's going, he's not got a chance of even salvaging a top 10 here. Aleix Espargo will be the next man to pick him off. Taki Nakagami's right behind the Spaniard as well.
Do you know what? This is not over, Matt, at the front either. Jack Miller's got a 2-second buffer at the moment with 7 laps to go. Surely he can hold on to that, but there's some guys coming here. Nakagami and Mir are flying.
Talk about rolling roadblocks. Fabio Quartararo is just a passenger. Nothing he can do.
You have to feel for him, don't you? You just have to
look at
feel
that,
for him.
attacking Aleix Espargo through turn 4 and trying to round around the outside of him, going through 5.
No,
that's
surely not. Oh, that's brave. That's amazing from Taka Nakagami. Take a bow.
Bit of Pufuera around the outside, Lorenzo style, into turn 5, and he goes straight forward up the inside of Fabio Quartararo. There's nothing the Frenchman can do. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, is a bit wide and deep there was Nakagami, and Mir has picked off Aleix Espargaro as well. He was caught napping there. Mir now will just fly by Fabio Quartararo. He can see he's got the speed there, close there.
Quartararo is not only going to lose this race win, which looks so comfortable and on the cards, he's potentially losing the World Championship lead here as well.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe how quickly the complexion of this Grand Prix and the early championship chase has changed altogether?
Well,
unbelievable.
Matt, we only have to look to last year to find out that the MotoGP script sometimes does not quite go.
This one will really, really hurt Fabio Quartararo. It will sting. Vinales now will just move up easily on his inside. No, not quite. But he's got Zarco and Marc Marquez coming as well.
Marquez is doing so well out there. So well.
About 10 minutes ago, I would have lost my house because I'd have put my mortgage on Fabio Quartararo getting the job done here in Jerez. He's so good when he hits the front. Vinales does pick him off. Didn't have to work hard for it. Oh, look over the shoulder from Quartararo. Gets a face full of a Pramac Ducati and a Repsol Honda.
Jack Miller has got to do everything he can by the way out front to hold on, Matt, because Nakagami's lapping half a second quicker than him per lap right now. Half a second quicker.
Yeah, as soon as Nakagami got that clear track, Zarco just easily eases on through Quartararo going into turn 5. This is really humbling. It's a tough watch for Fabio Quartararo fans. Marc Marquez.
Well, he won't believe it, will he? Well, Fabio Quartararo.
I don't really recall a time when a guy who's looked in such complete control of the Grand Prix has dropped back to the extent that Fabio Quartararo has. I mean, at the moment, the guy is doing, I wouldn't be surprised very quickly if he's not in the 41s. Miller's doing mid-38s.
You have to feel desperately sorry for Fabio Quartararo. You really do. It's unfair. It is unfair. We'll find out and pick the bones out of it later. It doesn't look like he'll score any points here. What you will say, though, is there's something monumental going on at the front because Morbidelli's now closing back up on Bagnaia, and Miller, as he crosses the line, is going to be 5 laps away from his first ever MotoGP dry race win. Now, Matt, we are neutral in this commentary box. We just love to see racing. But I've got to be honest, I'm really hoping Jack can hold on to this.
Yeah, could not agree more. All the pressure, all the criticism is taken over the first 3 Grand Prix of the season. A couple of 9th places, very underwhelming in the Qatar doubleheader. An early crash out of the top 6 in Portimao. The pressure is mounting. When you're in a factory team, a high-profile factory team like Ducati, you have to deliver. No excuses. Nobody knows that more than Jack Miller. And today, it could be the day where he takes that first dry race victory for the factory Ducati team, and it will be an immensely popular victory as well.
This is how it looks at the moment. I mean, that's going to go.
What do we say? Quartararo will be in the 41s very quickly. That's exactly where he is right now. Fabio Quartararo on that last lap was nearly 3 seconds slower than your race leader Jack Miller. 3 seconds. Incredible.
This man here, Pecco Bagnaia, will inherit the World Championship lead if Quartararo just drops 1 more place in this race. 5 laps to go. Miller leads 1.7 clear of Bagnaia, his teammate Ducati, on for an unheard of 1-2 in Jerez, of all places.
Quartararo in absolute free fall. He'll need a parachute to stop himself dropping back through the pack soon. It's been a really humbling afternoon. Deary me. And there's the championship. Look at that live championship now. It could get worse for Quartararo. At the moment, he's going to Le Mans level, 66 points. He needs a big favour here from another Yamaha rider, Quartararo. Can Morbidelli work her way through on Pecco Bagnaia? But Quartararo is not going to be able to defend positions from Pol Espargaro, is he? Pol Espargaro is going to pick him off quite comfortably as well. Miller still with that advantage of 1.8 seconds over Bagnaia. 4 to go for the Australian.
And still, Taka Nakagami and Morbidelli are half a second quicker than Jack Miller. Nakagami and Morbidelli, they did this last year, didn't they? And it went wrong for the pair of them. Jack Miller here, the 26-year-old from Townsville, just 4 laps away from what would be such an emotional victory. And the best stories of all in sport are when someone digs their way out of real trouble, when their back's against the wall and they come back to prove everyone wrong. They are the best sporting stories.
What did we say yesterday when he got on the front row? You cannot keep a good man down for too long. He gets knocked down, but he keeps getting back up again, doesn't he? Jack Miller. Assen 2016, when he was part of the Mark VDS Honda project, was his only solitary MotoGP success. That was, of course, in wet and damp conditions at the Dutch TT.
Well, if you cast your mind back to Davide Tardozzi's celebrations in Austria that went viral, get a camera on him at the end of this one if it stays the way it is, because they will be doing loop-the-loops down there. This is something very special for Ducati at a circuit they have notoriously struggled at. Jack Miller on paper did not have the pace. Remember, he missed half of FP4 yesterday, a crucial session to MotoGP riders, but he made up for that in the second half of it. 15 minutes he had to try and get his act sorted out, and he did it.
Yeah, truly brilliant. Position progression, look away now if you're a Yamaha and a Fabio Quartararo fan. Can you believe it? Lap 4 he was leading, he was comfortably inside the top 3 until about lap 17 or 18.
It's looking
not even
like
the top 10.
It's looking like he's going to pick up a couple of points here at the moment if things stay the way they are. I mean, it's very, very difficult to see anything of interest information-wise on the front and the rear tyres there from this angle. But I'm sure we'll work out after the race. It's too difficult to really judge. We don't want to make assumptions without knowing the facts. Now, at the front of this one, the gap has come down and there's still 3 laps left. Does Pecco Bagnaia smell a late charge here and cause utter heartbreak for his teammate, Jack Miller?
This would be a late body blow being delivered by Bagnaia, wouldn't it? Nakagami's running out of steam for the podium. In fact, he's coming under threat for 4th place from Joan Mir. Quartararo has lost the World Championship lead. His awful Sunday in Spain just gets worse and worse and worse. At the moment, Oliveira, I think Miguel Oliveira has actually passed him, he has, and now it's Stefan Bradl who's about to fly by the Frenchman as well.
This is going to burn, isn't it? It really is going to burn. Fabio Quartararo.
Nowhere near. Like we say, Fabio Quartararo has not been racing in this Spanish Grand Prix for quite some time now. He's just been cruising around.
There's another one gone. Luckily for him, Petrucci's about 3 seconds further back, so he might hold on to a point or two. And as we cross the line, with 2 laps to go, Miller's got a second and a bit to hold on. That's all.
I know somebody who's going to be very, very nervous and very excited watching this Grand Prix back at home. It's his great pal, his bosom buddy, Cal Crutchlow, who's had so much faith in Jack Miller. I don't think Cal and his wife Lucy have got too many fingernails left right now.
Well, just imagine. I mean, I don't know what time it is over in Oz at this moment in time, but guys, I'm sure that you're all going crazy at the moment, and your heart rate monitors are probably through the roof.
Peter and Sonia, fire up the barbecue, get the schooners ready, because your son is about to set the world on fire here in Spain.
It's not over though, the gap's now under a second. Pecco Bagnaia, remember, also chasing his first ever MotoGP.
It's down to under a second
win.
as well.
Yeah.
It's come down to under a second.
This is going to be a nervous last lap. A really, really nervous last lap.
It should be. A rider of Jack's talent and his experience, it should be enough of a margin for him to control, surely, to hold off Pecco Bagnaia.
What a tale this would be for Jack Miller.
Crikey, when was the last time Ducati had a 1-2? Probably not that recently, actually, the way this unpredictable World Championship has gone, but at the moment, that's where the factory Ducati team are heading right now.
Oh, he's pulled it out to 1.2 in the last sector as Jack Miller, and as we rounds turn 13, he's got 4.4 kilometres left between Jack Miller taking this fantastic victory. What a moment this would be.
Well, he's called Thriller Miller, and it's been a thriller here in Jerez. Can you believe it? They're all so nervous down in that side of the factory Ducati garage. Jack Miller about, 4 kilometres away, 10 corners away from a famous victory. It's about to be jumping Jack Flash here in Jerez.
He was brought in along with Pecco Bagnaia to take victories. You have to when you're a factory rider. It's been a long, long wait since Assen 2016.
It really has. Gigi Dall'Igna looks on.
Is he smiling? He looks so calm. I can't believe how calm he looks. But it's just half a lap left now for Miller, number 43. What a ride this has been from Jack Miller. What a ride.
There's going to be sweaty palms down under right now in Australia.
I've got to be honest, Matt.
Deep into the night there on Sunday evening. Oh,
I'm getting quite
me.
emotional myself in the box here because we all know how much this means to him.
Miller into the famous Jerez amphitheatre for the final time on the last lap. Turn number 9. There are now just 3 corners between Jack Miller and the moment of his Grand Prix career. He's on course to become Australia's latest MotoGP winner.
Here he comes into the final sector. Jack Miller then has just got 2 corners left between this and victory.
Forget about Bagnaya's live heart rate. What about Jack Miller's? What about the Miller family back in Australia? Turn 13, safely negotiated for the Wizard of Oz here in Spain. Jack Miller.
Aussie, 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 he's done it! Miller wins in the MotoGP race here in Jerez, and it's a Ducati 1-2. Morbidelli takes 3rd, Q celebrations, pandemonium in Australia as well. Get the national anthem ready and get the beers out. What a day for Jack. Further back, Nakagami takes 4th ahead of Mir and Alacia, Spargaro 6th, Vinales 7th, Marc Marquez a great top 10.
And what on earth happened? The investigations, the inquest will start. What did happen to Fabio Quartararo? He finished 13th, we'll digest that one later. Take nothing away though from the brilliant Thriller Miller. A thrilling Spanish Grand Prix. Congratulations to Jack Miller and the factory Ducati team.
Well, you will not see a more popular rider in the paddock. You'll see everybody pulling out of their garages to congratulate this dude.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable. I've got to be honest, Matt. I thought that Jack might have something for a top 5 here today. Yesterday in FP4 he showed that maybe he could nibble away at a podium, maybe. This guy you've got to feel so sorry for. What has happened?
The $64,000 question. What on earth happened to Fabio Quartararo? Or more importantly, what happened to the package underneath him? Huge question marks. He's lost what looked like a certain race win. He's lost the World Championship lead to boot as well. 2 points now behind the man who leads the World Championship, Pecco Bagnaia. What a dream day in Spain for the factory Ducati team. Their first win here in 15 years.
There you go, look at this, that's great to see.
Yeah, great pals, aren't they, Miller and Bagnaia?
Well, get your shoey out. We're going to see one of the finest celebrations. It's
Apparently,
such a shame we've not got fans.
We're being informed it is 10 p.m. in parts of Australia on Sunday evening, so it's a perfect time to just crack open another couple of coldies, I think. Let's go down a pit lane. Simon Crafer, I'm sure, is with an ecstatic Gigi Dall'Igna. A Ducati 1-2 in Spain with Miller winning. Simon.
Gigi, your machine and your 2 brilliant riders surprised everyone today. Tell us how you feel.
I'm feeling real good. This is unbelievable race, 1st and 2nd here in Jerez. Normal, a difficult track for us. It's for me something, something special. I'm really, really happy, above all for both of my riders. I'm really, really happy.
Big congratulations.
Thank you.
We could get a bit more excited than that, Gigi, but what a moment for his men. Great ride for Marc Marquez there as well. Top 10 for him, a solid effort. There's a few tears apparently from Gigi, so he's incredibly emotional. There'll be even more emotion in a moment.
And that's emotion. A man who's doing wonders on a 2-year-old motorcycle, to be on the podium like he was in that race. Huge congratulations and huge respect to Franco Morbidelli,
the top Yamaha.
He's doing things on that motorcycle that no other rider in the world could probably do, and a massive shout out to this man as well. Marc Marquez, after 25 grueling laps, is only 10.5 seconds away from race winner Jack Miller. We mentioned it in Portimao. He'll get fitter, he'll get stronger, he'll get faster.
Look at this. Jack Miller, everyone peeling out. There's Sam Lowes. They're good buddies as well. Alex Lowes as well.
He's such a popular guy in this MotoGP arena. This will be a hugely welcome success. Aki Ayo's done so much for Jack Miller's career, saved his career, gave him that Moto3 ride
Remy
back
Gardner,
in 2014.
Fellow Aussie going over to congratulate him as well. Here comes the burnout. Fantastic scene.
Is anybody chopping onions in the commentary box here?
Poor Fabio Quartararo.
We've seen these scenes before in Jerez, haven't we? It either goes brilliantly right for Fabio Quartararo in Jerez or horribly wrong.
Here are the scenes that Jack Miller has been waiting for. There will be tears.
He's going.
Yeah, you could try and stop him if you want. But yeah, I'm sorry, you're not going to stop him.
100 bounces on a nightclub wouldn't stop Jack Miller getting out. They can't believe it. They cannot believe it. Absolutely brilliant scenes. That's what it means. There's been this build-up of pressure. He's had his critics, he's had his doubters, he's had his knockers, but he's silenced them all today, hasn't he, Jack Miller?
That's great as well.
Lovely.
An embrace between the two teammates. So 1-2 for Ducati in Jerez. Paolo Ciabatti there, and Gigi Dall'Igna and Davide Tardozzi, the three key figures in Ducati, of course. I'm sure that Mr. Domenicali will be absolutely over the moon.
Loris Capirossi, Troy Bayliss, Casey Stoner, Andrea Iannone, Andrea Dovizioso, Hoy Lorenzo and Danilo Petrucci. Add Jack Miller to that list of MotoGP
Has he got
winners.
a problem physically?
Is it arm
His
pump?
right arm. Is it an arm pump? For Fabio Quartararo, that has caused the problem. Now, that has been an issue with him before. What? Because he's holding his arm in a funny way.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah. Was it arm pump then was the issue? We'll find out. And as soon as we do find out, we'll let you know, of course, across all of our social media platforms. Oh,
he's in serious, serious pain. I think it's a physical issue.
Do you know what, Steve? Even now, every session he has that arm taped, doesn't he? He has that arm taped up. I wonder if it was a recurrence of the arm pump problem which dogged him back in 2019.
Franco Morbidelli, an excellent job by the Italian. He just continues to impress, doesn't he?
There's so much to admire about the way he goes about his work. You know, we know he's frustrated. We know he's upset that he's having to make hay on the oldest Yamaha on the grid, one of the oldest bikes on the grid, but he just gets his head down and does the job, and that's a brilliant ride by Franco Morbidelli. Jack Miller getting congratulations from so many people here in the paddock. Boss Mike Trimby there has come down to pass on the congratulations as well. Miller and Morbidelli, they put on a great show today, didn't they? And that's got to be a worry, hasn't it, for Fabio Quartararo?
Well, Aussies out there, wherever you are watching, cue celebrations.
Well, it might be 10 o'clock in the evening there. I think there'll be parties going on until 10 o'clock Monday evening down in Australia right now, particularly in Townsville.
Taka Nakagami.
Good job.
Yeah, really good job.
That's another fourth place. That's an equal best for the Honda man, top Honda. It looks like it was a long, hard, brutal race for the Japanese rider. He certainly gave his all. He was only 6 tenths away from Morbidelli at the end. So close, yet so far away, just like he was here 1 year ago or 9 months ago.
Wow. Well, I think it's fair to say MotoGP delivers once more. Here's Johann Zarco, an 8th place finish in the end for him, just 7 seconds off the win.
He's not going to be happy with that, is he, when he sees a couple of GP21s, first and second.
No.
What he will be able to do, of course, is analyse it, pore over the data and find out where he was missing, but a couple of big shakes of the head there from Zarco. Not happy to be down in 8th place.
There's been some questions asked of Jack Miller, even by himself. But that win has also just launched him into championship contention again now. It's early days, of course, but what a moment and what a ride from this man, Franco Morbidelli, on the podium for the first time. Top Yamaha as well. Down to you, Simon.
Franco, please tell us what the race was like for you and also what it feels like to be back on the podium.
Pretty easy. I just gave more than the maximum all race. I was really on the limit. I risked a lot, but finally we were rewarded with this podium, and this podium feels just like a victory because of where we are right now. So it feels great to be on the podium, and it's a great feeling.
Congratulations, Franco.
Thank you.
Yeah, he can take enormous satisfaction and pleasure from that race because he did absolutely everything with the motorcycle underneath him that he could, Franco Morbidelli. You don't very often hear a rider say, well, yeah, 3rd feels like a win, but he had to ride so hard for that up the inside of his former teammate Fabio Quartararo, who faded so fast. Was it mechanical? Was it physical? It looked like there may be some recurring arm pump issues for Fabio Quartararo. We know Jack Miller, of course, has already had an arm pump operation so far this year. That will be right at the back of his mind right now, as we can hear from the top two Ducati men. Generous round of applause there. Pecco Bagnaia second, and our new World Championship leader, he's with Simon in Parc Ferme.
Pecco, what a wonderful ride, and how does it feel to be leading the World Championship?
I'm happy. I'm happy. I use a strategy they have worked for the final result, but too slow at the start to win the race. So I tried to manage the tire because in these days I was knowing that the rear was sliding a lot and was dropping a lot. So I tried to be calm at the start, but I lose too much time. Then when I tried to push to recover the gap between me and Jack, I was starting having a bit of problem with the front also. But in any case, I'm very happy. I'm leading the championship, so I'm happy. And this was a really tough track for us. So finish 1-2 for us is a big result, better than the second in Portimao. So I'm very happy. And now we will arrive in circuits that also our bike like.
Big congratulations,
Thank you very
Pecco.
much.
Yeah, what a day then for the factory Ducati team. Race winners for the first time in 15 years in Jerez. And they now lead the World Championship thanks to this man, Pecco Bagnaia, second place for him. Really, really strong performance. But the man of the moment in MotoGP, this was where he swept through on Fabio Quartararo to take that podium at this stage of the Grand Prix. Fabio Quartararo was really suffering and struggling with a problem that we haven't been able to identify just yet, but we'll go down to Parc Ferme again and speak to Simon very, very shortly. And it's going to be a really, really emotional Jack Miller. It's just starting to sink in, the magnitude of that achievement. You take a moment, mate, to compose yourself, because he's taken some real stick over these first three Grand Prix. Nobody's got any idea of the blood, the sweat, the tears, the sacrifices that go into these moments. These guys have been waiting for this moment, working for these moments since they were 3, 4, 5 years old. Here he is then, and a very emotional Jack Miller, a Ducati MotoGP winner for the first time. He's with Simon in Parc Ferme.
Jack, after a tough start to the year, you fought back, and I think everyone is going to agree with me, that ride was beautiful. Tell us about it.
Thank you, mate. I mean, I just tried to do what I could. You know, I'd done a lot of laps all weekend by myself, and I knew I had reasonable pace. I thought when Fabio came past, okay, he's got a bit better pace. I dropped in like 37s for a few laps there with him, but I wasn't able to maintain that. But then neither was he. I didn't expect him to come back to me. He did, and yeah, I was just able to. I knew I had a bit of a gap behind me, so I knew if I could get past Fabio, I could see he was struggling. Get past him and just keep my head down, not make any mistakes, and just try and punch out the laps. You know, those last 7, 8 laps were the longest I've ever had in my career. But no, I mean, it's just undescribable what I'm feeling right now. I mean, it's just a flood of emotions. Happy, sad, everything. You know, I wish my parents were here to celebrate it with me, but they're back at home, and I know they'll be celebrating. But I'd just like to thank everyone for all their support, and try and do it again soon.
Jack, the whole paddock's happy for you. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Well, that was very, very emotional indeed.
Right from the heart, wasn't it, that one?
Incredible scenes. Jack Miller, a MotoGP race winner again. What a moment, what a day. He has dug so, so deep for that one. Davide Tardozzi, I bet. Well, the technical...
Well, one man who knows how to celebrate and kick off a celebration is Davide Tardozzi. He's always the ringleader, isn't he, down in Ducati? What an afternoon. Their first 1-2, of course, since the Vizioso Lorenzo 2018 Brno Grand Prix. And there it is, the famous Miller stoppie. And for once we get to see it in celebration. Everybody feeling the emotion of that success. Look at that, absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful. Magnificent Miller. Love it, absolutely love it. That's the way to celebrate your first Ducati win, your first dry MotoGP win. He's not bad at the old stand-up wheelies, to be fair, either, is he, Jack?
The man that Davide Tardozzi was sort of praying to all and thanking is the technical director, of course, Davide Barana, who has been involved and was really put under some scrutiny at the end of last year when, of course, there were so many changes going on at Ducati. They've brought in a lot of fresh blood.
Just been told by one of our Aussie followers back at home. Shout out to Craig Edwards. It's a public holiday in Queensland tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, who
a lot
writes
of people
the
are going to be
scripts?
waking up in Queensland with headaches tomorrow.
That's perfect.
Hey, at least you haven't got to go to work, guys and girls.
No, that's perfect, absolutely perfect. And for the first time in a long time, we're going to be seeing that Australian flag on the top step. Of course, Jack was the last Aussie to do so in 2016 in Assen. Advanced Australia Fair, I'm sure, is getting made ready by Leah Cicis,
Yes.
Australian herself.
A very Australian feel to the podium celebrations here then in Jerez. Go PP was the message, and that's because that's the nickname of Jack Miller's crew chief, Christian Pupilin. He's been there right from the start of Ducati's MotoGP history back in 2003. This man gave his all, and he got the reward as well. Franco Morbidelli with a brilliant third place, his first of the 2021 season, bouncing back after a difficult doubleheader in Qatar. Here is, and we welcome to the podium in second place, your new MotoGP World Championship leader after a dreadful day for Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia comes to second, but there's going to be a huge roar, a huge cheer as the celebrations start for a very popular Spanish Grand Prix winner. The Australian Jack Miller, the 26-year-old, will come to the top step of the podium for just the second time in his MotoGP career. First as a factory Ducati rider, the podium stained in red by Miller and Bagnaia. What a moment, arguably the best moment of Jack Miller's Grand Prix career. Joaquim Aristegui, the director of the Spanish Sports Council, hands over the Constructor Prize to Ducati. First win of the season, of course, for the Bologna factory. 52nd win in the Premier class. Franco Morbidelli will take the third place prize from Mamen Sanchez-Diaz, the mayor of Jerez de la Frontera. Morbidelli's 6th career podium in MotoGP, 27th in the World Championship. The new World Championship leader gets the second place prize from George Villegas. Pecco Bagnaia, the 24-year-old Italian, his 4th MotoGP podium, the 27th of his Grand Prix career as well. But let the celebrations commence. They'll go on long into the night, into the early hours at home in Australia right now, because it's Australia's 26-year-old Jack Miller. Juan Marin, the Vice President of the Andalusian government, hands over just the second race-winning trophy to Jack Miller. He is the Wizard of Oz here in Jerez.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Australia.
What a moment, singing along to Advance Australia Fair as well. The Aussie with, of course, Kiwi roots. We don't forget about you guys. We know how much he means to you as well. He's maybe kept you up late tonight, maybe got your heart rate up a little as well, but you can celebrate along with Jack Miller, who wins the Spanish Grand Prix in 2021. There was another Aussie, wasn't there, that used to be quite good on a Ducati?
Yeah, not too shoddy, was he? A certain Casey Stoner. I'm sure Casey back at home in Australia as well be delighted to see Jack Miller do what he did on the factory Ducati. Troy Bayliss, of course, as well, was an Australian winner on a factory Ducati MotoGP.
You just wonder now how much this might release for Jack in terms of pressure. This could be the key now for his World Championship to now move on. He's got that off his back finally. He's won in Ducati colours. Can he now take it to the next level?